I'd like to read a question that was submitted by a citizen. City council members can fall into the lazy habit of berating citizens that don't attend council meetings, complaining about citizens that are ill-informed or that have insufficient input. This can seem like a tactic for deflecting criticism from themselves. Since we have a representative form of government, it seems unreasonable for us to send representatives to the U.S. Congress, state legislature, county commissions, school boards, solid waste boards, water district boards, city councils, planning commissions, etc., and then attend all their meetings or else risk being berated for not being a good citizen or essentially being asked to be silent because we are either ill-informed or insufficiently involved. Do you have a way to interact, inform, and otherwise connect with us as citizens that will be an improvement? And please explain. Let's start with Darcy.
I don't do any of that. If you want to come and you want to know what's going on, great. If you don't, great. I don't judge anybody else. I'm the only person that I have to be with 24 hours a day. I'm the only person I have to answer to. I do what I have to do what I feel good about, and I assume so does everybody else. I think it's good to know what's going on for myself. I like to participate. I like to be involved. Some people feel like they do more at home and they're with their families. You know, who am I to say? Who am I to judge that or point that out or berate? I don't do that, so I don't know how I can make it better.
So what would you do to make sure that the citizens are informed of what's going on?
I think I'm very approachable. I can't go to the store without being there for 2 hours. People will see me and I feel like I'm welcoming and I'm open. If you guys want to talk about stuff, I'm here. I've had people call me and I encourage them to come to council meetings. I listen. I think that's one of my best qualities is that I can listen and I don't take things personal and I don't judge other people, and sometimes what people have to say can sway me, you know, I think, or inform me, I guess, because I don't know everything.
Just a couple things that I wanted to address because that was a wrong answer when I talked about the best way to spend your time is not sitting through a city council meeting. I've sat through more city council meetings in St. George City than I can care to tell you. And the fact of the matter is you go sit in those and they're boring. And you go down here and you're going to sit for 2 to 4 hours and they're boring. I've been to legislative sessions at the state capitol in Washington, D.C. and the fact of the matter is that there's people that are we have a representative democracy and there's a reason for that. Now, I can't take, if I'm going to go down and sit, what happens is they have somebody, if you want to address them, they'll give you 3 minutes and you have to get on the docket beforehand. And they're not accessible. And this idea that the only way that I'm going to find out what's going on in the city, what's going on in the community is by going down and attending a city council meeting, I think is nonsense. I've learned more about the issues that have been facing enterprise, people showing up at my front doorstep and talking about issues, whether they be at the city, whether they be with the Washington County School District and otherwise. And I think you don't need to be sitting in a city council meeting. And if that's your thing, that's great. Go ahead and do it. But I don't think that's the only way you become informed as to what's going on.
I agree with Darcy. I in no way would criticize somebody that is not attending meetings or say they're ill-informed or those things. The only thing I encourage, I get asked a lot of questions from different people that were around through church and the market, like Darcy says, and I'll answer the questions, but I do encourage people to come to city council meeting and listen to the issues that are brought there, and a lot of questions can be answered there, but I am always open and available. When people ask me questions, I answer them to the best of my ability. At this present time, I'm not speaking for the city because I'm not on the council, but I can give what my thoughts are and my feelings are and just encourage people to participate in their community for the benefit of all the citizens of the community. We are a small community. I know you hear it all the time, we're referred to as a big family here, and we are, because we're always looking out for one another, trying to help one another where we can when there's hardship, problems, that we come together, and I think that's an important issue.
I wouldn't berate anyone for not coming to a city council meeting. I think, as issues have been brought up, I've I've addressed with individuals, and I've told them, I said, if you come to the council meeting, you'll understand this a little bit better. Because during that council meeting, some of these issues, as Jared alluded to, we talked for 5-hour meetings, and some of them get pretty long and pretty lengthy, and conversations that are tough to have, over and over again to explain the same issues. And where I personally get frustrated by it is whenever, I don't Facebook, I'll just put that right out there. There's a good reason why. But whenever I hear, this complaint's coming from Facebook, or this person has got this complaint that's on Facebook, and it's an issue that we never hear as a city, and then they say, we don't know why the city's not doing anything about it. And the first I've heard about it is whenever Mandy says, this comment was made on Facebook, or somebody says this was made on Facebook. That I'm not berating people, but I'm saying if you want your issues heard and you want your issues addressed, come to the city council meeting. We are very, very open as far as if you have an issue, listening to it and allowing you to have that time to speak and address those issues. But putting it on Facebook and judging it, I believe that on anything. Going to the court of public opinion, that's not the way it needs to be. If you want to get things addressed, you go to the right sources at the right time and you get them addressed.
The reason you have a city council is so you don't have to go to all the council meetings, in my view. But that being said, if people aren't involved and don't know what the issues are, then they lose the right to complain.